Today we're going to hang the new door on the Corvette. Let's get right to it. You're watching On the Mark with Mark. Here's the old door that we're not going to use, and I've got the new door right here. This is actually new old stock. Hard to believe, but that's what we've got here. So we've got an excellent replacement for this door. So we still need to get the rear view mirror off of this door. Of course, the inside door card and part of the hinge is still on this door. So we're going to start right here. There we go. That guy off there. All right, there's that. What do we have here? This isn't factory. Piece of plastic seems to be stuck on here. That's not a bad idea.
Nice job of them.
All right. What we need tonight is this piece right here.
Kind of stabilize that for a little bit. It's like it's.
Would you stop horsing around and loosen it?
It's like it's on wheels. That's pretty tight.
Yes. We have an impact. Can we get that?
Got a point on it. You'd think it would find its way. Too far in. A little left. There you go.
Okay, we first mounted this in the door, and that doesn't work because there's not enough clearance in the door for the pin to go in here. So we're going to assemble the hinge on the car, and then we're going to bolt it to the door. Now I know I got those pins out without taking this part off because we had to take this off of the door, so I don't know why it's different like that, but that's the way it is. So we're putting this together now. This gives me a yeah, I'm not going to drive that home. Watch this. Those are the detents there. All right, let's go for the alignment on the bolts there. Hang on. Got one bolt in the top. Now I'm going to put the bottom pin in. Okay, you need to lower the door. Push the bottom towards me. Hang on just a minute. Okay, lower the other end. Okay, push the bottom towards me. Oh, hold it right there. Looks like it doesn't want to go in at all.
You're right down. Hold it.
I'm going to grind a point on this. Okay, push the bottom towards me. Hold it right there. Okay, lift up the back edge. Okay, a little bit back that way. let go of it. There it is, it's on there. Now, carefully, okay, watch for binding. I'm gonna start closing it. I don't feel any binding.
It's a little close right down here, but it's not. It seems like it should go up a little bit. Yeah, this and this aren't lined up. They're about 1/4 of an inch low at this end.
Yeah. It needs to go forward quite a ways too. See how big this gap is here? And then if you look on this side, you've got no gap back here. Okay, so, but, well, the height does need to come up too. There was always a bad fit here. I'm not sure what the deal was, because look at right here. This is even, but this isn't. I don't know why that is. Probably from a previous accident or something. What I need is more of these shims between the hinge and the frame of this car. So I'm gonna take one of these, well, probably both of these shims out, and then I'm gonna make some new ones. I need to make up almost 1/4 of an inch to get this door to come out to be flush. So let's get this out of here. Here's the bolts for the hinge. They unscrew from the inside. I just took the cover or the kick plate out. Okay, now I've got each bolt backed out about 1/8 of an inch. Now I'm going to hit them, and hopefully that'll push the door hinge away from the body, and then I believe that shim is something that should slide over the bolts without being captured. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see if, can I do that? There it is. So it is captured. I might make mine different. This metal here measures 0.06, and that's what these shims also measure. Well, no, 0.07. But anyway, I need to get roughly 0.23 more shim. So if I get 4 of these, that's 0.24. So that's certainly in the ballpark. So I'm going to cut a piece of this metal that I've got off here, and then I'm going to cut out these shims and see how this goes. I've never used this bandsaw before, and I just bought a metal cutting blade for it. So we'll see how well it works. Okay, I've scribed each of these onto this plate here, and I'm going to cut 4 of them out now. This will be a little bit easier. I don't have to hold up such a large piece anymore. Right, here we go. hole in that glove. Gonna call it good. They're not all exactly the same size, but that's okay. I'm gonna let these cool off for a little while. Ah, shoot, I ground my clamps a little bit. Okay, getting pretty close on these. Got another disc grinder I'm going to, or not a disc grinder, but a belt sander. I'm gonna straighten up these areas here, so let's get on to that. Okay, now I sanded a little bit of the rust off of these just to get them nice and smooth. And I noticed that the edges of these were painted. So I'm not too worried about these. They're galvanized, so that should be good for the rust. So, but I am going to paint the edges of these. I'm gonna hit them with some primer so that when they hopefully get hit by the yellow, maybe they'll stay rust-free for a longer period of time. This is 47 years, the car's that old, so that's really not too bad. So, little primer. Good. while I'm waiting for the paint to dry on those shims, there's quite a bit of stuff that still needs to be scavenged off of the old door here. And that includes this rear view mirror and the whole regulator assembly for the windows, and of course the handle for unlocking the door. And there's also a handle down here that's got to come off. But for right now, I want to get these things off. These are like an industrial Velcro that they used back in '73. And that's part of what holds the inside door panel off. And you can see they're riveted on. So I can get those off. I'll reuse those. Not sure how many there are. It's quite a few. Anyway, so I'm going to take those off right now. I don't want to do the hardware for unlocking the door until I'm ready to put it right on the new door, so that it's fresh in my memory what I take off here, and then I'll have the new door right beside it to put it back on again, because this stuff can get confusing, and that's one way I know that I can keep it straight in my mind. There we go. There's one. Come on. You dog. There we go. Two. Okay, here is another window that I'm going to be using, because if you look, well, you probably can't see, but this corner of this window is chipped. So I have this one. So what I've done so far is I've removed the nut that was on this bolt. That came out right there. The window is about like this. And then I took the nut off of this bolt here. Now, the issue I'm having is this one right here. This one has got a nut on the back side, and there's a little bit of holes to get in there, but I'm gonna need some smaller hands. So maybe if I just lose these two fingers, then my hand would be small enough to fit in there. I don't know. It's got a nice bumper on it. All right, well, I can see now exactly. Unless that just slides off the top track, that's possible, but I don't know how we get this off without this. Okay, I was able to pry this off of this stud with the screwdriver here. Now I've got the other one, which is kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can see in there. There it is. Back there. I'm going to come in alongside here with the screwdriver. And it's got enough play in it that ought to come up. Now I'm trying not to pry against the glass itself, because if you hit the corner of the glass, it's likely to shatter. Okay, you can see I'm pretty close, but I need both hands. Okay, that came off fairly easy, and now I'm gonna crank the regulator. I'm cranking the window down. Let's see if that wants to go down. Yeah, see it moving there? So I'm getting that out of the way. And now I'm hoping I don't have to take that. There's a round plastic thing that slides in this track right here. And my thought is that it'll slide right off the end here. You know, it might if I take that bolt out. Let me have a look at it. when I took the bolt out, that allowed me to remove this. Look, it's a very deliberate stop that was slid down inside here. So I think now there should be nothing holding the window in there. I think it should slide out. Let's see if I can do this. How about tempting fate? See if I can do this with one hand. Acts like it wants to come out. Why doesn't this make it easier? No. Okay, you can go that way. You can come up this far, but no farther. Think I'm gonna have to. Oh my gosh, oh, that's so tight. I'm gonna have to get that nut off. Okay, I have this nifty wrench which ratchets. So I want to take it off, so I'll put it in this way. Let's see. Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to get my hand in there? The other end is just spinning. You know, it's a nut and bolt arrangement, but I can only get a hold of the nut side. It's not getting any looser. Well, maybe. You know. Okay, what's happening is the shaft is just spinning here. There's a little space between this bar and the window, and the shaft it looks like a Delron, I want to call it a washer, but it's much fatter than a washer, is riding on. It's got a bit of a post there, and there's actually two flats on that post, and it looks like maybe a 5/16, but the flats are so skinny, my 5/16 doesn't fit in there. I could grind down my 5/16 till it was really slim, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to hang on to that shaft with these needle nose vice grips, because all I really need to do is keep that shaft from spinning. So let's see if I can get in there with this and get this clamped down. All right, maybe not that way. Okay, I think I've found a solution. I have removed this little plate that was on top here with these 4 bolts, and that was what this was hooked to. Now this can slide back a little ways and hopefully give me enough clearance to get this window out. So let's see if this works. It just doesn't. Come on. Come out. Okay, so why can't you come out? It's a straight shot. I can see it plain as day. Is that stopping it? What's that? It does seem to be doing something. Yeah. Okay, let's get that out of there. This is an anti-rattle bumper right here. Let's get that out of there. Right here, That's actually in pretty good shape, surprising. Okay, now can you come out? Oh, you're acting like it. Let me get my wrench off of here. I forgot I left that on. All right, you wrench. Come off. There we go. Okay, it's in the door. All right, come on out. Come on. You can do it. You're close. Come on. I don't know how they expect. How do they put these together? Okay. Come on. There. Okay. Now, like that? No, this way. Yeah? Look at, you're so close. Come on. You can, okay, now go back. Coming. Oh. All right, how about there? Now, it's my screwdriver. There. Okay, straight shot from there. Straight shot. Okay. Try it again. Back over here. Okay. Come on. Come on. You're almost there. Come on. Come out. Come out. Oh, I think it's most of the way. Oh, it's caught on the freaking cable for the rear view mirror. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, sorry that it happened off camera, but that's just the way it went. I actually was wrestling on it for quite a while, and I took a little break and cooled down. What had happened was the cable for the remote adjuster for the rear view mirror got caught on this nut right here, and that's what was holding it from coming through. So I had to push it back in there again and then get that off of it, and then it came out relatively easily. So first simply remove the window and then get to the bolts for the rear view mirror. Holy smokes. Okay, that didn't want to go on there, so I had to stick the socket on the nut first and then try to get my ratchet in there on the socket. Doesn't want to go. Come on, you dog. All right, I need two hands. Okay, I finally got the nuts off of this part here, and now I'm pulling the cable through. I've got a fastener in there to keep the cable from hitting the window. I gotta get, okay, this is what I had in there. I just used a sheet metal screw and put this little P-clip in there, and that was holding the cable in there out of the way of the window so it didn't fall into an interference situation. This is a 1973 Corvette. This bullet mirror didn't come out until maybe 76 or 77, I'm not really sure. But anyway, I just like the look of these mirrors better than the chrome mirrors. and I didn't have a passenger side chrome mirror, and the chrome mirror on my driver's side just fell off one day, so I needed to do something about mirrors, so I decided to go this route. So that's how I ended up with these mirrors, which I think look really nice. And now I'm gonna put them on my new door. But first I gotta finish getting them out of here. What the heck is going on? It's still acting like it's stuck on something. What are you doing? All right, let's get, yeah, see. There's another P-clip in there. Well, I was serious about it, I guess. Oh, for crying out loud. All right, a little more. I had 2 of them in there, so I was very serious about keeping this out of the way. Now, here's the end. There's the other P-clip that comes out. Also, if you aren't shedding blood, you're really not working. We're gonna go through there. Come on, we gotta go through that hole. There it is. Simple. Okay, so simply remove the rear view mirror from the door after simply removing the window. Here's something that I see that a lot of guys get backwards on their Corvette. If you look at this gasket right here, it's fat on one side and skinny on the other. And it seems like it ought to go this way. But what happens is the mirror ends up kind of tipped in on the car. And it's counterintuitive, but for some reason the gasket needs to be fat on the top and skinny on the bottom. And that levels the mirror out real nice. I've seen a lot of cars with this thing on backwards. And if it was backwards on mine, I wouldn't take off the door panel, remove the window, and then take these 2 nuts out, and then flip the gasket around, and then put the 2 nuts back in, and put the window back in, and then put the door panel back on. It's a hell of a lot of work, so it's a good idea to get it on right the first time. Back over here on the door again with my shims. Now I've got the edges painted like I wanted, and I kind of just inadvertently painted the ones on the end. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the 2 bolts on the bottom, then I'll be able to just slide this down, and then I'll snug those up and I'll look and see what I think of the fit, and maybe I'll pull one of these out, or maybe I need to make another one a little bit thinner. Anyway, we'll fine tune it that way. So that's what I need to do right now. So I'm going to start the 2 lower bolts, then I'll get back with you. Okay, I'm holding the hinge out away from the car as best I can with this screwdriver. And now I got my stack of shims, and they don't look like they're gonna fit in there. Oh my God. All right, let's try this many. Okay, it's like they're sort of falling in. Yeah. Actually, going a little easier than I thought. Let me get another screwdriver. Okay, they're kind of in there. Let's just take a look at the gap or the spacing we've got right now. Okay, this is what we're looking at right here. And boy, it looks like I do need that other shim. And the top has come in good on the other side. Boy, I'm gonna have to get some longer bolts because I barely have any thread stuck in the hinge right now, and I just wouldn't trust that. I need to back it out a little more. So I think that's as far as I can go today. I know that my shims are going to be able to do the job, and I'm going to have to make a trip to the hardware store, and this is Sunday night and they're closed right now, so I won't be able to get to that right now, but I'm making good progress. The next thing we do, I'll have this already finished before we even start, and we'll get on to fixing this gap up here that's real wide, and we'll also look at the other side of the door. So I think a lot of progress done today. Getting that getting those shims made and put on the door, and a little issue with the length of my hardware there, but also getting some of the old door taken apart. So really not a bad week's work. I really appreciate you watching my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and you probably want to hit that like button. Wouldn't that be great? I know, I love it. Thanks for watching. Bye.